Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast, and welcome to another episode of Side Draft Fast Picks, a series in which we pick the three winners, or in this case, the two winners of the weekend. But before we get into that, let's review how we did last week.
Well, last week in the truck series, I picked Johnny Sauter, in which I thought he'd do pretty good, but he didn't run too well in the race, but he did finish, had an 8th place finish.
Yeah, so we're clicking on those top 10s.
Yep.
As for me, I picked Stuart Friesen, who did have a great day, but just not enough to beat Kyle Busch in the end.
Yeah, it's really tough to beat Kyle Busch in the truck. So,
if you can put a crown right on your head because you beat the best. Next up is Xfinity Series. You picked Noah Gragson, who finished third.
Yeah, he did. He ran, top 5, top 10 most of the day. Really couldn't get the handle on his car, but I believe at the end he got fresh tires, so he was really coming. And I believe if he had another lap or two, he probably would have won the race.
Yeah, I think the strategy there was really awesome because I think they would have finished, still in the top 10, but I don't think they would have finished as good as third. Yeah. But as for me, I picked Kyle Busch, who ended up getting the win, who was going for 3 in a row. But Joey Logano ruined that for him. But, another great day for Kyle Busch. But I wouldn't say that he is clear out of the competition because Tyler Reddick and Christopher Bell, they were right there the entire time.
Yeah, they clearly had a better car than Kyle Busch, but they just couldn't make the pass on Kyle. They really beat themselves, and it's just really tough on them. I hope they learned something from that and go on and do better things.
They're facing him again this weekend at ISM, or as I like to call it, Phoenix, like it used to be. But I still have that issue. Keep wanting to call it Phoenix. I'll never not have that problem.
It's still in Phoenix. It's just ISM.
So if you hear me go ISM. But yeah, they have another chance, which we'll get back into that in a little bit. So we'll move into Cup. You picked Ryan Blaney, who finished 22nd, but that's not because he was no good. He just had issues on pit road. Yeah,
he had a really very fast car. They just knocked the valve stem off when they come in that one pit stop, and that put him 2 laps down, so he couldn't really get any momentum or a chance of getting that back. He got 1 lap back, but he couldn't get the other one back.
Yeah, especially now that the cars are much slower. There's really no way you can get your lap back unless you get lucky with some cautions.
Especially with any cautions in the whole race except for the stages, and you really can't, gain any ground like that.
I think I was like the first caution-free race at Las Vegas since like 2002. Yeah. It's been a long time. As for me, I picked Brad Keselowski, who finished second to teammate Joey Logano, and that's interesting because we picked 2/3 of Team Penske.
The only Penske driver we didn't pick, and he wins.
He goes, you guys didn't believe in me, didn't pick me on your little show that gets like 10 views.
Tell you, I'll show you.
I'll show them. He goes out there and wins.
Yeah, I did pick a Pennzoil car, but the wrong one, so I get half a point.
Half a point, right?
All right, I'm on the board.
It's all right. Now I got 3, and that's all. Like 2 of them has been with Kyle Busch. The other one's been with Christopher Bell. So I got this pattern going on.
Yeah.
So that means my next one's got to be Christopher Bell, right?
Yep.
Which, as I say that, it is time to make our picks for the Xfinity Series. Who are you going with this week?
Well, I'm going to be... you can't ever go wrong with Kyle Busch. So
everything's great.
I got to get something on the board.
You got to pick Tom Brady to win the Super Bowl.
Might as well.
As for me, like I said, I am picking Christopher Bell. What I saw out of him at Las Vegas really impressed me. I thought he probably would have beat Kyle Busch. I think that's number one thing on his resume. He's wanting to get on his resume, because I saw something at Las Vegas that I don't really see out of Christopher Bell much, is driving too hard. He's normally driving so easy that, he makes it look easy.
Yeah, he really overdrove the car after he passed Kyle Busch, and then he lost it and hit the wall, and Tyler Reddick was there, and they was fighting each other, and Kyle's like, y'all just keep that up. I just drive on.
Yeah, because you only got 5 chances to beat Kyle Busch,
Yeah.
and I know like all the fans are like, "Oh, boo-hoo, we got Cup guys," but these guys are looking. If we could beat him, we don't have to worry about sponsors. Because people's gonna want us.
Yeah.
'Cause we got talent. So that's the number one thing I think he's looking at. I think he's gonna bring his A game at Phoenix. ISM.
Yeah, John Hunter Nemechek, he had a shot at him too, but just couldn't make his car stick down the bottom. So, a lot of these young guys, they stepping up and trying to, compete against Kyle Busch.
Yeah, he's the target. As soon as he gets in the garage, big targets right on his forehead.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say forehead. I'm sorry. His car. Or is that? Or son of... I don't know.
Let's go on.
Son of the Cup Series, which last fall, we saw Kyle Busch win this race. And last spring, we saw Kevin Harvick being Kevin Harvick at this racetrack. Who you going with for ISM?
For the Cup, I'm going for Chevrolet of Chase Elliott. So, I know Hendrick ain't running strong right now, but I know they ain't going to have the same package here this week. So, who knows? I just go to Chase.
And I'm, like I was last week, Mr. Obvious. Yep. I think it's either going to go down to Harvick or Busch at this race. And out of those two, I'm picking Harvick because 9 wins, that's more than double than second place in the wins list at ISM. So pretty impressive stat by him.
Yeah, he's like the king at Phoenix. So.
I believe they call him the Cactus King, something like that.
So either he leads the most laps or, he leads the most important lap.
Which we saw, he normally doesn't get the pole. Last year he got the pole, and then he had this random tire blowout. Yeah. So I think as long as nothing like that happens, I think he'll be a favorite to win. But yeah, that is our picks of the week. Do you agree with our picks? Tell us. There is a poll right up there. Do you agree with me or do you agree with him? And then if not, comment down below who is your picks to win this week. We'll see you next week to tell you how we did. Yeah. Probably same score because we got them all wrong again. All right, we'll see you next week.